Good afternoon, everybody. Going to go over our Forex trades for today, Thursday, April 14th. Just one trade, picked up 3.8 pips on a size-adjusted basis. On a non-size-adjusted basis, it was 25.6 pips. We'll go over that in a minute. Just want to touch base on economic news. Excuse me. Last night, Australia announced unemployment rate a little bit better than expected, although participation rate was worse. And part-time employment went up by 35,000 jobs when it was expected to go down by 15,000. It's just wanted to point it out because it's another country building their economy on part-time labor and minimum wage type jobs. It's just not going to work. Yesterday, there was an emergency Fed meeting. And the day before Tuesday, there was an emergency Fed meeting. So 2 days, two emergency Fed meetings which were closed to the public. One was with President Obama. They won't tell the public, they won't tell Wall Street what it was about. But oddly enough, last night you had China devalued their currency by the most in many months. They devalued it by about 300 pips, which, as you know, is a lot in the currency world. So it's kind of funny how you have emergency Fed meeting closed to the public with the president, and then China devaluing their currency by the most in many months by over 300 pips. So you have, I mean, that's clear cut. There's a currency war going on, okay? And it's a race to the bottom. Who can devalue their currency the most without imploding their economy is basically what's going on. And so the two, not just us two countries, United States and China, but other countries around the world are doing the same. And that's basically a currency war. Let's see, this morning there were two Fed officials speaking around 10 o'clock this morning, 10 after 10. Lockhart was one of the more famous ones. He said he's frustrated with the sluggish pace of the growth in the United States and that the United States is not immune to the rest of the world. Initial jobless claims came out better than expected. Their government is trying to tell us that initial jobless claims is at 43-year lows. Now, we know initial jobless claims not a big number. You don't put a lot of weight in it because it's a weekly number. But to be at 43-year lows, I mean, come on, that's a complete joke, right? Bank of America missed their sales and earnings as their profits tumbled 16%. Wells Fargo has a major problem. Remember, we were talking about the repos about 2 or 3 weeks ago, how it's at the end of actually March 31st, as the repo spiked higher than the financial crisis, which means a bank could be in trouble. And we already know that Deutsche Bank's in massive trouble. A lot of talk about Lehman type trouble. Well, Wells Fargo came out. They opened up their books. They got they have over 32 billion in junk rated bonds, junk rated energy exposure. Actually, just in that energy exposure is 32 billion. So they've been going hog wild with energy, hog wild with junk rated companies and bonds, and it looks like it's coming back to pinch them. So it maybe, now could be Wells Fargo is obviously in trouble, and that could be hiking up that repo rate. So it's a good indicator to watch. Something big could be happening any day or any week or any month. Japan's 40-year yield dipped to a record of 0.405% today, which is absolutely amazing that it's that low. And one final thing, Greenspan was on CNBC this morning. He said monetary policy has done everything it can do unless you want to add additional quantitative easing. So here you got Alan Greenspan, one of the most famous Federal Reserve chairman of all time, saying that keeping rates at zero bound without adding QE is not going to really do much for the economy. He didn't say that QE doesn't do much, but he's also saying it's done all it can. You're just going to have to add more QE. So he's obviously hinting to the American public that to expect another round of QE. So let's get to the trade. One trade in U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. We were long 1.09116. We were long this yesterday, but we got out late yesterday. with 25.6 pips, got out at 109.372, which we had 15% of our normal size, so we picked up 3.8 pips there. And you can see what it did the rest of the day, and then overnight, late last night, it touched 109.50, actually 109, about 53, 54, and then overnight, late last night, it actually pulled back, and it's pretty much, right now, it's trading pretty much just a hair above where we went long. So if you're still in it, maybe she can run more, but it was a good trade right off the bat, only lasted a matter of a few hours, so pretty solid. Anyway, that's it. We're going to wrap it up. If you're still trading now, good luck. If any signals come out, they'll be coming your way. And we'll do another video tomorrow, so we get some action tonight and tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of your day.